Hello friends, welcome to the next tutorial of the series Programming in R. And in this tutorial we will see how do we create matrices, and we will perform various operations over the matrices. So let us see the basic syntax of a matrix. You can create a matrix with the help of the matrix command, and inside the parentheses you have to provide the arguments like the data, number of rows or number of columns, and whether you have to tell that your matrix is by row or by column, and you can set this parameter to logical operator that is equal to true or equal to false, and then you can provide the dimension names. So let us create the very first matrix and let us name it as matrix 1. So to create a matrix we will use the matrix command, and we can provide the arguments inside it. And let us create a vector. We will say that the number of row is equal to 4, and we want the matrix to be by row is equal to true. So we have created the very first matrix, and let us now print the matrix. Print matrix 1. So let us now run this command and see here. So here you can see that the matrix is created, the number of rows are 4 and the number of columns is equal to 3. So let us now create another matrix, or you can also provide the row names and column names to be. Let us now provide the name the rows and columns. So you can say that row, with the help of row names, you can see that row names is equal to A, B, B, C, and you can also provide the column names in the same way. Column names C, X, Y, Z. So we have defined two vectors, that is row names and column names, and let us now assign these row names and column names to the matrix. So we will create the matrix 1 is equal to C. We can create the matrix C 3, 14, n row is equal to 4 by row is equal to true. And now you can provide the dim names command. Dim names is equal to list row names comma column names. So here you have created, and let us now again try to print the matrix. Print matrix 1. So let us try to print the matrix and see what is the outcome. You have to also provide the matrix command, and here. So now let us try to print the matrix and see what is the outcome. Okay, invalid type closure. Dim names must be a valid operator. Okay, list row names comma call names. We have provided the same thing. Let us check the error. here we have created the row names as a vector, and here we have also created the column names, and now we are again trying to print our matrix. So here we have defined that we want to create a matrix of vector 3 to 14, and that will be by number of rows is equal to 4. And now we have created the dimension names, that is the dim names, is equal to list row names and column names. So let us now try to print this command, this whole chunk of code, and let us see what is the outcome. So here you can see that we have renamed the rows, we have renamed the columns, and here is the matrix. So now let's move forward and see what are the various ways to access the elements of a matrix. So you can access the elements with the help of square braces. So let us say the matrix 1, you want to access the matrix 1 and provide the square braces, and then provide the element that you want. You can, for example, you can use 4, 2. You will obtain the fourth row and second column, and let us see what is the output. So here you can see the output we have obtained, and in the same way we can obtain you can access the whole row, you can access the whole column. So let us now again access. So if we want to access a whole row, so we can provide the column command, and then we want the first column and the whole row. So in the same way we can use this function. Let us try to print the. So here you can see that we have obtained the first row whole and the first column. So these are the various commands for accessing the rows and columns, accessing the elements of a matrix, So let us now move forward and now let us do some matrix computations. Like we will define one another matrix as the matrix 2, and let us now say that we want to create another matrix that is from C from 4 to 15, and we want the number of rows to be 4 and by row equal to true, and let us now create the matrix. And here we have created the matrix, and let us now perform some matrix addition and subtraction. So we will see the addition of matrix. Add is equal to matrix 1 plus matrix 2, and we will now try to print the addition of the two matrices. Add, and let us now. So here you can see that we have added the two matrices. In the same way we can perform any mathematical or computation task on these matrices. So these are the various basics of matrices that we have studied, and you can see that this is the way to create the matrices, to access the various elements of the matrices. And this was the tutorial on matrices, and thanks for watching.